I mean, is there yeah, some people responsible for the code argue for that. I guarantee you. It's too dangerous to have trees for them. It's a lot of it. Take the attitude. Dude, this can work out.
You just don't. So I have Joe and I. Their stuff is open and tree. One big. It's.
Yeah. We look at just for the time table, we look at doing this say March. Say, okay, it's April first.
Well, I didn't know. We could do the public hearing even before that. We could even vote. We could vote on it in January. What? But because I don't want to wait for laws.
We want to make our case.
It scares me waiting till March to have the public hearing. And something we get a snowstorm or something happens. I just I think we need to move forward without turning right up the coast. Thanks. If everybody's requirement. And that get up. All these stairs. Left. Stairs. They look back. Stairs was on board. No, this boy. That's moving up. Where? Which?
I say, basically, the town took the avenue for, of course, those he's there.
Just so it's on record, it's on record. The question was asked in that training session. Right now. Voice. They're right now. They basically started not listening. Really don't want to be on that. What that means, not listening, says people, those towns, the top state will go to the counties, say we want you to. That's that they good thing. There were no counties saying they would. It's the racial code. The county was not adopted. The state will enforce and approve the division.
So the point being, unfortunately, we're stuck with this. And the alternative is let us county enforcement, which I don't think anybody in this town would want to see. Gets back to as much, we need to retain as much control over town as we can. You know, leave it to the county or state level. So unfortunately, we're going to be stuck with this.
All right, so minimum requirements. Minimum requirements. Yes. Let's do first and first. We can't include. That's. We'll start right now. I would like to. You see the turnout tonight. And this is people from out of the state. And this is going to be like a sledgehammer on a lot of people, because we're going to say, why did you tell us? And so how do we do that? But I love the idea. Unfortunately, because a lot of people are, I have no problem. Just trying. But unfortunately, most people. That's. And I don't know, get it out there. So people, it's scary. Yeah, I'm here evaluate my situation. Yeah. No.
And it's done to meet their build up their cabinet. And what they're seeing or hearing, can I get my permit today? Let's say they're adding on 40% more, 25 or what,
I know.
because they don't redo it.
Right.
Can I get my permit today and start on the 2 and third year, giving a project and done the 5. That's exactly. Teaching they brought to me, and I don't know, but tell me like, if you have that in mind, that we try to get an application for approval. For me,
So, first, I'm going to directly answer your question. With what I say first, is it greater than 500 square feet?
I believe so, because it's gonna be more than at 25%.
25% is only the roofing or the siding material. The exterior. So if the square footage they're going to add on is less than 500 square feet. They don't have to be.
It's that number, but they're concerned about having to is feeding on the whole rest of the house.
Siding.
Well, even if they are adding on 5, according to this, they add on 600 square foot, it's only that 600 square foot that has to meet the code, not the rest of the house.
That's very.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not very clear to me. And it's sure that quantity, because they don't want to keep the whole house.
Only a state or zone, it states that you can get a building permit. And after 2 years. For zoning code as to your property. And then after the year after. You got that one. You do for zoning. Say. And the building expires. Correct. And. Change this. But. Small. Sure how to interpret. Sitting. Building. So. It's got a grave. I don't know.
I haven't seen that. What's specifically?
If you want to take. And they. Bottom, but I fear or think, trustee. It's like our board of health is our trustee. And. I think that we can make the petition. Like the 100-foot fence, like Corey brought up at this one. I think we can request existing trees to be left as long as we get our lot to 30 foot. And that will stay within most people's property.
Well, when there's something in there about a tree, all the teenagers.
Yeah.
The ground, the tree, has to be.
Well,
Oh, no, 10 inches. Base. The base of the tree. Base.
the tree, this is a class. Actually, the plan is zero to 5. Mature trees no less than 10 inches diameter, 4.5 foot on the ground, maybe even 10. Tree crowns exceeding 10 feet of the structure, so class 2. It's not to be
We're tall. That's a big tree.
yeah. But those can stay, if that's 0 to 5 foot. I don't know how many people are gonna have that big of a tree.
No,
that's
I-
0 to 5 foot.
I don't think that's.
So it doesn't necessarily apply to that 5 to 30 foot, you must necessarily cut them down.
Trekkers on Main Street, they had one, you might get anything.
It does say the tree grounds is not to be space for the structure addition of the field done, just continuity.
What?
Let's say that, it says tree grounds stay within 10 feet of structure to be maintained. And if fruit trees 6 to 10 feet above ground level. And it just. There you go, says tree grounds and business grounds shall be spaced within structure and mission and promote field is currently. If not necessarily just between trees.
Yeah, so what is the distance?
You must have to be very portion.
Yeah.
It can be.
So is it the tree topping is so the fire can't jump, or if the tree falls, it won't get a structure?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's top jumping, okay. Okay. That makes a little more sense.
So and the other thing I was thinking of, that actual activity section is what I would want to ask Hillary. It said provisions of this code shall apply to conditions that arise after the adoption thereof. So if we go on to say January thinking. If you put on it. So I just. Okay.
So you can't petition to change. If you wanted to make a change, modify. To the code, yeah.
No, we would have. We would. Did it after the ordinance that
Yeah,
we modified it, then we have,
okay, yeah.
so ideally you wanna, you had any.
Before you take it on.
Want to do it, gotta go before the committee.
Yeah, they're separate.
Gotta get it, then it's something they expire to. Which follow the.
Which is supposed to, up in it.
Right. I think we need to go out. I don't know how to get further.
Well, I had a thought on that. I have that email list of 36 people here in town. We could send stuff to them and just let them know that we have this concern and ask them to help us spread the word.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
We've got phone numbers for a lot of our
Constituents.
I'll tell you what,
We're gonna volunteer to call hundreds of people.
well, you know, I don't know.
$15
County tax.
That is the idea. Get the kids talking about it. Here you go. Here's a list.
Give them a script.
No, I think
Obviously.
you gotta sort through the mail pretty quick.
Yeah.
And, phone call.
Yeah.
And then if they want, follow up mail it. Otherwise, you're just wasting the money.
Your phone call, Tom, when Timmy Curry was concerned about her septic system. Immediately she got on the phone, Gary got. They had all the people. But they got this some.
Just playing devil's advocate in the hundreds of properties in the town.
Yeah.
200, say you have a 5-minute conversation with him in person.
Oof.
So 1,000 minutes.
Oof.
How are you gonna call? Who's volunteering to spend 1,000+ minutes? I just, boy, I don't see a piece of it.
And people who have forwarding addresses, do you forward mailers?
If they have first class postage.
Well, it's something to consider.
So good point. You cost a little bit.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's some big spot.
I don't know if we can.
Might have to.
If we can, I know, saying we paper, but just.
For real.
I just don't see making phone calls being feasible from a time standpoint. But I think sending the mailers out, urge town Pitkin. Because I think pretty full and open. Just like we do for ballot issue. But if you give us a piece of mail in town Pitkin, you choose to throw it away.
We can only do so much, you know. Yeah.
I mean, you think 5 seconds open. Oh. Well, especially since the town of Pitkin doesn't actually pay.
Okay, so who got upload or 230. Alert.
Oh. Oh, that's a good idea.
So it's just.
Yeah.
I'm not going active.
Mm.
That would be tough to do. But that might be what you got the exterior with us. If you're planning on doing something in the next couple of years, you need to know.
Would they be responsible for finding out what the coding is before they got something?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Ed was talking about,
I mean,
So
it be the towns.
So I have put on, I've got Third Street down here for sale. Okay, and I'm like, you know what, and then after tonight, I'm going, well, if I don't do something to improve this.
Yeah.
Then it's just going to be demolition by neglect.
Yes.
And then somebody else will be stuck with a new project, which with this load coming on, in my opinion, is the value of the property. So I would be ahead to go ahead and spend whatever. And at least turn that into the use. I already got the septic engineer and I got a welder. And I got retaining walls and I would just have to add a couple of footings and draw some lines. Yeah.
They keep missing.
Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so what? Style? That could be your choice.
Well,
But like, people, the one that's real foolish with me, and the other that's potentially is mostly fancy, they have it, but but they want to expand. And my idea is get a building, get your design. Get a building permit prior to April 1st. Now, I might be outside my jurisdiction, but when they come to me and ask us, I guess I tell them as a friend rather than if it's only.
Well, like I said, this is really, good.
Real quick too, was when we're talking about petitioning for changes. So they have a section in here that's good on petitions for modifications. Basically, the Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code Board, the board shall appoint a petition committee, the committee. Governing bodies, which essentially would be town of Pitkin would be the governing body, can petition for make petitions and appeals to the code. And then you get to 5.1.3. I'm sorry, 5.1.4. Neither the committee nor the board shall have the authority to waive the requirements of the code or interpret the administration of the code.
Well, that's double thought.
So I think that to me implies if he said, hey, we want to waive this 130 to 100 foot, because most properties are not that big, it sounds to me, they have
There's not.
either the committee or the board shall have the authority to waive requirements.
So it got wet that way. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been petitions for modification, neither the committee nor the board shall have authority to waive requirements of the code. It kind of seems that it's still to have this, I think the petition is solely for the classification, whether that's truthy. To change it from class 2 to class 3, that's what the petition is for. But that seems pretty kind of it's because they can't waive the requirements.
If the board can, but I think
But if the board, it defines the board as the Colorado Wildlife Resiliency Code Board.
Yeah, that's the board it's talking.
The board that created the center.
Anything that's in this code that reference us is they having the state and that's us, any other board.
Any governing body is maintained jurisdiction for local code shall have the rights to petition.
Oh, that's us, we have this.
Yeah.
our attorney may have to interpret that. Yeah, go on, give us. Well, I don't think we have no balls channel change platform.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, Jessica, because it seems like, well, if you're petitioning for a modification and there's a spot that specifically says they don't have the authority to requirements of the code, and what's the point of petition for a modification?
It's legal.
Well, I think their problem, the committee still has to answer to a board. Now, this committee,
There is a.
here's the appeal, but they don't have the power to make that change as to go further.
If there's a.
Membership of.
well, there's a labor liability.
Yeah, shells. They install it. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go here. And we're.
Think about it. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is doing this thing. That's beautiful. I don't know what. Yeah.
You-
I like your idea of putting urgent on get to it. But,
You could do a one page with big urgent. Go to one of these churches that's got one of these folding machines, make it like a church bulletin, stuff it together, then go bulk mail. And if you've got a bunch of addresses and it goes from there. And then after that, if a person is building you or modifying, it's up to him to do his due diligence. And here's the resource to find out what's needed to do that.
Mm.
Or his drafting company or engineering firm or whatever.
We at least need our systems. Probably 90% have zero intention ever going on or doing.
Yeah.
But how do you know who
I
that is?
don't think you get it.
what amazes me is this word of mouth,
Mhm.
how information.
That's why I thought the email thing might work.
Just
You know?
put out some registered letters that then you get.
Well,
Yeah. See, the mail is sketchy. If I can just say that. Yeah.
Please talk. Hey, get, hey. Start. Put that in. Search. This first thing. I think. You. If you. I think. Yes. One of them.
Our town has a website.
I was just gonna say I could post it on the front page of
And
the
then
website.
we have a Facebook stuff.
I don't think
There
so.
are people in town that have. But, okay, if you take a couple people that know are pretty vocal on.
Well, and there's the
You
Pitkin
include those couple three people.
page.
You got 3 sites here in town. QCPOA. And then the 2 sites here in town, one controlled, not controlled. Sort of kind.
See, I don't know that about. I know
And
there's Facebook page.
that would help spread the word
It would.
a lot.
Facebook might be the best way
If
to
you
do
look,
it.
you look even beyond on the Pitkin site, you look and there's like 2,400 plus members. Now I understand a lot of it is visitors who come through and they get sites so they can follow up, but
Can we link it to the homepage? Like front and center?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like
there's a
right
couple
there.
of
I
ways.
just know.
Get a PDF on the homepage.
Post a link. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Front and center.
There it is, right there.
Front and center, so where or something
Urgent.
urgent, state of Colorado has passed this. We have a good condition, but not to. People start going.
Well, you can make it a readable or a downloadable PDF on there, you know, if they want to download it, they can. If not, they just
Yeah,
read it straight off the link.
this PDF right here, this link,
Right, right. Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
this,
So when you when you click to that, all of that's available.
this way.
Yeah.
That's it, that's a.
Well, but that's front and back.
That's where I got, well, yes, 40.
Yeah.
that's true.
Let's all be about the thing. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Well,
But
Front and back.
is this page one?
That's
Yeah, basically, let's put it on the website and we'll work on dispersing now, like I said, it is hard because mail, you have to know people, phone calls, takes it in, great, but that was, that's play on this.
Well, and we could do it all.
Yeah.
We could do email, snail mail,
I think
and social. Yeah. I think starting with the websites.
Hey. It's been up on the website for months now.
Fair.
It's been on Facebook and talked about. Getting ahead.
Well, you know, it's got to be one of those things. It's kind of like, oh, well, I didn't know what the law was. Well, there still was speeding, you know. I mean, it's just.
You're gonna have a public hearing.
Then,
That's your nice day.
and there's going to be there might be some people that just don't have the ability to be able to go to this and do this.
That's what I'm. Oh,
Well, I was talking about me as well, you know. Yeah.
so you love.
Yes.
Okay. So, just to follow our agenda. Let's take. Motion, second.
I'll make a motion that's.
Got a motion, second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.
That was the fastest.
Forward. Wait,